guys, it's Lexi. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is my empties for the month of May. As you can tell from this very small pile, I did not get through a whole lot this month. I wasn't home quite as much and I was working a lot more, so that is why it's teeny tiny. So before I jump into my empties, I will share with you some of the products that I used up that were included in my last melting basket video. If you didn't watch my last video I uploaded, which was the post-warm thoughts on my collabs, melting basket collabs that I did with Ashley and Beth, then that is probably where the majority of my thoughts on what I did use this month are at. So I used a lot of wax that I couldn't finish the entire bag of. So bits and pieces, and I shared all of my thoughts on what I did melt in that video. So if you want to know that, then I'm not gonna do a what I've melted but didn't finish kind of video. It's all included in that one. So if you're looking for all of that information, that is where it is in my last video, which I can leave in the description below so you can find it easier. And all of this stuff here, there were only 4 things that I got around to using any more of. So let me just start with that. So I did use one more cube of Van Life, and this is Indian Summer, Cashmere Woods, and Patchouli Vanilla. I've talked about this a few times now. I absolutely love and adore this. I think that this is such a great blend. I'm really happy with this custom that I made, and I highly recommend doing this blend if you guys are into these types of kind of earthy scents. That it's really nice and warm and inviting and just such a great scent. So I'm really happy I used another cube of that. I used up 2 cubes of this cherry cobbler, and this is from Goose Creek. This is a pretty decent scent. The performance was good. It definitely was nice and strong. I don't know, this cherry to me is a little bit more medicinal. Usually I'm pretty good with cherry, but I think that this kind of came across the most medicinal from any cherry that I've had. So I probably wouldn't purchase this again, but I'm happy to have tried it. Beth was actually the one that put this in my melting basket, so I needed that push to melt this because I never was gonna get around to it. So I'm happy that I was able to use some of that. I also used up half of a heart shape. There was a whole heart in here. I used 2 pieces of a heart from this fried dough, and this is from Salt Mountain Melts. This is a secret house blended jelly donut, and I used this in my centerpiece warmer in my bedroom, and it was really nice. It definitely isn't a very doughy. It definitely is a post-baked donut type of scent. It's not overly doughy or overly yeasty, which I particularly really prefer in my donut scents. But this one was a little bit more of, there was that donut-y scent, but it was a little bit stronger on I think it was a raspberry jelly maybe. It kind of smelled a little bit more of just a straight up jelly scent with a little hint of bakery. It was really nice. So I think I'm gonna put that one in my melting basket for maybe July. This one here is Rose Girls Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies. And this one is such an interesting scent. So on Cold Sniff, this really reminds me of a blue raspberry lollipop. It definitely doesn't have any bakery on Cold Sniff to me, but I warmed this one up, and at first it still did kind of have that candied scent to it, that blue raspberry kind of candy scent. But then it did kind of more towards the middle and end of this warming cycle, it really kind of came through more of that cookie, that bakery butter cookie scent, and I really like this. So I'm really happy I have this one. I ended up blending this a few times with a few different scents, and to me this is just, it's pretty candied berry. It's definitely not floral by any means. I really do like this one. This is something that I'll probably continually purchase. It's really nice and juicy, but candy juicy, if that makes any sense. So those were the 4 that were included in my melting basket that I just used a little bit more of. And like I mentioned, everything else that I melted but didn't finish is in that other video. So let me zoom you guys in and share all of the things that I completely emptied this month. So I got through a few bags here. This first little sample bag is in Lavender Pear, and this is from that Smell Good shop. This was just a free sample that was included in one of my purchases. It's herbal lavender and sweet pear. And you all know that I'm not a fan of lavender. However, I have found that if I'm going to melt any lavender, then I actually prefer it to be the herbal lavender over the sweet lavender, which is odd. But it's something a little bit, I don't know, I can kind of, the sweet lavender almost makes my stomach turn a bit, but the herbal lavender I feel like is almost like realistic enough where I can get behind it. Blended with this sweet pear, it was really nice. I ended up melting this in our van at the end of the day towards the nighttime, and it was really nice. It definitely was kind of like a comforting scent. And then I ended up lighting this back up in the morning while I was making coffee, and I was like, oof, I can't do it. It was like headache inducing. So I don't know if it was just like you have to, maybe personally, I have to be in like a sleepier mindset to melt lavender. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but yes, I liked it at night when it was like first put in, and then in the morning I was like, I can't do it anymore. But if you really enjoy lavender, especially herbal lavenders, then this is a fantastic scent. I finished up 2 bags in Spring Fling, and this is from the Bathing Garden. And I want to say that this is like a lemon, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a lemon verbena kind of a scent is what it smelled like to me. This one, I melted both of these. These were like little bunny shapes. I melted these in my bedroom in my centerpiece warmer, and it was just kind of mildly there. Definitely not like super strong. But yeah, it was fine. I'm happy to have used those up. On the opposite spectrum, this is Berry Gummy Bear from the Bathing Gardens, and I melted this in my tea light warmer. I actually melted this in the hotel room for where Tom and I stayed during our family wedding, and this was so strong, you guys. Like, Tom's parents stayed in the hotel room next to us, and she was like, I could smell this from our room. So if you want like a very authentic sweet gummy bear fruity type of scent, then this is a great one. It was fantastic, performed well, lasted forever, like 2 whole days, and I really liked that one. And I'm not even like huge on candy scents, so I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. This one here is Pomegranate from that Smell Good shop. This was something that was in the melting basket from, I think it was Beth put this in her melting. I can't remember if it was Ashley or Beth, but I ended up finishing this entire bag, and I'm really happy, honestly, that this one's gone. There's nothing like wrong with it. It was just a little bit more floral than I think that I wanted from Pomegranate. It was definitely nice, but kind of reminded me a little bit of like a body care, like a body care-esque. It was okay. It was getting a bit older, so all of these this Smell Good shop wax, I really need to be working my way through it. This one here is Salted Caramel Latte Cookie Land. This is from Rose Girls. This was part of the Cookie Land sampler, and I talked a little bit about this one being kind of similar to Night Shift, which is like Cookie Land mixed with espresso and lattes. So this is like very similar. I feel like if you have one, you don't really need the other, but I ended up getting both anyway. I really do like this. The saltiness comes through a bit more when you warm this up, and it's a good one. So if you like coffee scents, then that's a great scent. This one here is Zape's Yuletide Carols, and I ended up finishing this one up. I did talk a little bit about this in my last video as well. This is a pine mixed with a vanilla scent. It's really nice, just a classic kind of Christmassy scent. I had this in body care. I loved it in body care, and I love it just as much in wax form. It really is the same exact scent, so I like that one quite a bit. I hope it comes back for the winter. I also finished up a bag from Rainbow Melts in But First Coffee. This is Starbucks Coffee Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, and I'm very happy to say that this one was not like overtly spicy cinnamon or anything like that. It definitely did smell just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then of course with coffee. I have been so impressed with Rainbow Melts. This is part of the coffee sampler. I just hauled another Rainbow Melts, which I'm not sure what video will be going up next, but I just got some more from Rainbow Melts, and I cannot wait to use more because I've been so impressed, and I just am like, I'm in awe. So really happy with that. It lasted like 3 days. And I finished up a bag of Kissing in the Rain. This is Fresh Air Rain and Floral from Rose Girls. This was in a chunk muffin, and like I've talked about 100 times, this is one scent that has totally surprised me. I like it way more than I ever expected to, and I will forever repurchase the scent. So really happy to finish a bag of that. I finished up a clamshell from Better Homes and Gardens in white grapefruit and pear. So I'm really happy I actually finished this up. I don't think I love the 8 packs of these. I kind of feel like I wish they were the 3 packs again. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. But it is kind of nice to have the scent notes. My thoughts on this. This really smells very much like a teen girl's body care. Definitely reminds me of something from like Victoria's Secret or like Bath and Body Works-esque. Very bright, very like sweet and soft and florally. There's not like a whole lot of floral, I don't think. There's freesia, jasmine, musk. Yeah, so it definitely smelled a lot like body care to me. If you like those types of scents, so if you like Love Spell or like Pure Seduction or those types of things, then you probably would really enjoy this one. I liked it. I probably won't repurchase it just because I'm not really needing anything quite like this right now, and I feel like this was a great time to finish this up in the spring, so happy about that. Maybe eventually down the line I might repurchase that, but not for now. This one here is a sample that I received from Teddy Bees in Strawberry Pound Cake. The notes are fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream, and oh my goodness gracious, this was so good. I actually ended up melting this in our van in a tea light warmer. I had to pour half of it out, or actually scoop some of it back into my cup here, which is why it looks so weird. But it was so strong. I was so impressed by this. It smelled so darn good. This is maybe one of my favorite strawberry pound cake oils from Vendor Wax I found. So next time this is offered, I'm not going to shy away from it. I'll definitely pick some up. It was really great. Lasted forever too. I had 2 scent shots here. This first one is from K Scented Melt and Malibu Rum Cupcakes. I talked about this a little bit in my last video. On cold, it definitely didn't smell super strong on the cupcake scent, but once you warm it up, the cupcake really comes through, that fluffy bakery scent. It was fantastic. A delicious coconut rum, Malibu rum, which is coconut rum, like a coconutty, cupcakey scent. It was really great, and I definitely will be repurchasing that one in the future. This one here is K Scented Melt, and this is in the scent Heaven. So I melted this one on the 4th of May, which is the actual anniversary of when my pug passed away. So that was a pretty hard day for me. Obviously it was not great, but I wanted to melt something that made me feel like I was a little bit closer to heaven. So that is why I melted this one. To me, this smelled very similar to kind of like a baby powder or like a very soft floral type of scent, but like a very powdery floral. There's something so powdery about this. I'm not really sure. If you have had what is it? What's the actual baby powder? You guys know that brand that I'm talking about, like the baby powder that it was in that pink bottle. Anyway, that's kind of what this reminds me of. I'm not sure if it is a baby powder dupe, but it definitely reminded me of that, and I'm really happy to have melted this one. It was also really pretty in the warmer. It was had mica in it. It was really sparkly and beautiful. I finished up a Summer Scoop Crunch. This is Summer Scoop Type and Waffle Cone from Midnight Daydream Wax Company. I'm not huge on Summer Scoop, but the waffle cone addition to this really helped sweeten it up in a nice way, and I really ended up enjoying this, and it lasted quite a long time. And I also finished up a 2-ounce scent shot from the Melted Mousse in Root Beer Smoked. Can't talk. This is Frosty Root Beer and Smoked Vanilla. You guys, this is so darn good. I definitely recommend trying this one if you haven't yet. It really reminded me of being around a campfire and drinking a root beer. It was just something about this was really nostalgic to me in a nice way. And this performed so well, lasted such a long time, through like a beast. I am literally so impressed with this. I'm so excited to melt more of the Melted Mousse, and yeah, I'm over the moon about that. Moving on to, I have one bag from Lush here, and this was in the eggplant bath bomb. This was really nice. I ended up using this one day when I had a pretty bad headache, and it was just so nice to just kind of relax and take a bubble bath and put in a bath bomb and listen to music and just kind of chill out. And this was perfect for that. I really liked the color. It was a purple bath bomb, and it kind of went blue in the middle. It was really pretty to look at in the water, and super shimmery and just gorgeous. So then moving on, I finished up a pocket back in the Stress Relief, which is eucalyptus and spearmint. To be honest with you guys, I really don't like the scent too much. It's a little bit like too overpowering. I know a lot of people love this scent. It just kind of gives me a little bit of a headache. However, I will say this, once I use this, every time I use this, I would get like compliments on it. People would be like, you smell so good, you smell so good. And it's like, I don't really like it, but I guess if, you know, the rest of the people that I'm around like it, then that's good. But yeah, so winner for my friends, not so much for me. This one here is Twisted Peppermint, and this is a like foaming hand sanitizer. I've had a lot of these like foaming hand sanitizers before, and they always kind of get to a point where they just stop working and you can hear that there's more in here, but I literally just can't get it out. I've tried everything to get the rest of it out. It's not like too much. There's only like a tiny bit left in this, but it is still a tiny bit frustrating that I can't seem to get the rest out. However, I love this scent. I will always repurchase Twisted Peppermint. Twisted Peppermint is my favorite out of the Christmas kind of releases that they always do. So like Vanilla Bean Noel, Twisted Peppermint, Winter Candy Apple. I would say my personal favorite is Twisted Peppermint. I think it is so creamy and delicious. Moving on, I have 2 things of body care that I finished. So I didn't really go crazy this month, but I'm pretty pleased that I was able to finish up a body butter sugar scrub from Zape, and this is in the scent Ugly Sweater. I don't think that there's notes on this, I don't believe. But to me, this smelled just kind of a little bit like a cashmere type of scent with like, maybe there was like some berries, like some dark like cranberries and types of like rich dark winter type berries blended in with this. So it was really nice. I don't know if I would repurchase this scent 100%, but I'm happy to have finished this one up and move on to some summer type of sugar scrubs from Zape. I really have found that I love Zape's sugar scrubs. They are exfoliating enough and like hydrating enough that they don't make my skin feel like I just rubbed like sandpaper all over it. So I really do love them and recommend them. If you haven't tried them, I definitely think you should. And then I also finished up the C.O. Bigelow Lemon Cream Body Wash. And this is something I picked up from Bath & Body Works during a semi-annual sale. And to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of bummed out that I finished this. I really, really loved this. This was like a very creamy, like it was a creamy body wash. It wasn't like a gel or anything. It was like a white cream. And it smelled like I was rubbing lemon frosting all over my body every time I use this. I really, really, really enjoyed this. If I ever see this come back out, I will grab it because it just smelled like the sweetest, most creamiest vanilla ever. Loved it. Highly recommend if it ever comes out again. This one here, this is a funny story. So we did an elopement for a couple that we are actually now like pretty decent friends with. Tom rides his bike with the partner and his wife, well now wife. She makes candles for like a hobby on the side. And she actually, for like us shooting their elopement, she ended up gifting me this candle. And this is in blue spruce. So she like hand wrote it there. Guys, this was so darn good. She did such a good job. So first off, it's always fun to like find out that like there are other people that do, like have the similar hobbies. Not that I make candles, but I enjoy burning candles, obviously, and like wax melts and stuff. And to find somebody in the wild that also does that, and somebody that we, you know, photographed their elopement for us, or, you know, wedding or elopement or anything like that, it's always so funny. And I feel like we bonded over that. So this was awesome. It smelled just like being in the Adirondacks, very outdoorsy and woodsy, just like a blue spruce tree. And I'm really excited that I was given this gift, and I loved and enjoyed every second of that. And then moving on, I have 4 candles that I finished this month. So the first one that I finished is in Candy Cane Lane, and this is from Yankee Candle. This was pretty sooty, as you can tell from this jar here. It was definitely a little bit of a soot monster, but this is one that I just wanted to finish it, you guys. These things are freaking pains in the butt to store because of this weird, it's just, you can't stack these like you can with Bath & Body Works candles, and I was just kind of over it. It is definitely not like me to have something out of season. However, now, I mean, there's a few things that are pretty Christmassy in this Empties video, but yeah, I just wanted to finish this one up. I'm really happy that I did finish this one up. This, I couldn't smell a single thing when I was burning. It was mostly for ambiance. I honestly don't think I smelled anything when burning it, but happy it's done now. The next one that I finished is Lemon Mint Leaf, and this is from Bath & Body Works, and the scent notes, sparkling lemon zest, spearmint leaves, and verbena springs. I absolutely love the packaging on this. I think it is one of the prettiest packaging that Bath & Body Works has ever done. I love this amber glass. It was so gorgeous when it was burning, and I ended up melting this a ton on days when I was cleaning the house. That was pretty much the only way that I could get through this. It was like really, really strong in the beginning. It got about halfway, kind of slowed down on the performance of like the throw, which is kind of normal for Bath & Body Works candles. However, this one never really dudded out or needed to be cotton balled or anything like that. So that was good. It burnt all the way down to the bottom. I ended up moving it around, which is why it looks kind of weird, but it burnt all the way down to the bottom. Didn't really have any sooting or, smudgy, wax on the side issues or anything like that. So overall, it was a great performance. It just is a bit harsh of a scent, so you really have to like smell it in store and like know that you like it, because it is what it smells like on cold when it's warmed, but even stronger. So happy I finished that one up. I'll definitely be saving that gorgeous amber glass for reuse. And I have two here from the same collection from Bath & Body Works. This is Midnight Orchid, and the notes on this are moonlight orchid petals, luminous sandalwood, sugar crystals. And this one was another one that melted pretty good. I'd never had to cotton ball this one. It did get a little bit off colored, but really in comparison to the next one I'm going to show you, which is the worst one ever, this did pretty well. So to me, this smells, this one and this one back here, these both smell very similar to a body care like that you would get from Victoria's Secret or Bath & Body Works. Definitely a very feminine, girly, floral type of body care scent. And honestly, this one even more kind of smelled like almost like a shampoo a little bit, like a fruity kind of floral shampoo. So I would not repurchase this necessarily, but I'm really happy to have used it during the spring. I think it was perfect for this time of year. Also, when this was burning, the inside of this glass kind of was like had a holographic or like a, I don't know if that's the right word, kind of like a rainbow looking effect to it. So it was really, these jars were really pretty burning. So I did like it for that reason. And then on to the very final thought here and the worst candle. This is so embarrassing, you guys. I don't even want to show you, but look how bad that is. Oh man, this thing was nasty. So this is in Freesia Garden, and the notes on this are blooming freesia, rose water, bright leafy greens. And like I said, similar to the last one, definitely a very body care, feminine, floral type of scent. It was okay. It got about half, it got probably like to here. It started off a little bit dirty, but then I got like to here and then just got really dirty. And then I cotton balled it. Like I probably cotton balled this thing like 4 times. So did I even really get my money's worth out of this? Probably not. And then eventually I got to here. There's probably a little bit left, but I'm not going to burn this. That thing is nasty. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm giving up on it. But I did get a decent amount of use out of it. Would I repurchase it? Heck no, not for that burn. I wouldn't, but the scent was okay. Probably even then I still wouldn't really repurchase it. But like I said with the last one, it was good for the time of year that I did use it. So I'm happy for that, I guess. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is my empties for the month of May. Not a whole lot, but like I said, I more or less just used things and didn't finish them, but that happens sometimes. You can't have tons of empties every single month, but I'm looking forward to the month of June. I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing up at least a little bit more of this, and definitely looking forward to more summery scents. I'm kind of getting over like some of these like super bright florals, so I'm ready for like way more fruity, way more summery, those sandy type beach scents. So where are you guys at right now? Are you guys kind of feeling more like the summertime scents, or are you still okay and happy with like florals and springy type of rain scents? So let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, night, morning, or whatever time you're watching this, and you take care. Bye guys.